Maria Angala, www.bilingualsped.com. The Global Table, a celebration of food, faith, and family. In apartment 4B, the air smelled like ginger and soy. In apartment 2A, it smelled like fried plantains. And in apartment 5C, it smelled like warm cinnamon and toasted nuts. Ledya lived in the middle in apartment 3B. To Ledya, her building was not just a place to sleep, it was a giant cookbook. "Today is the day!" Ledya shouted. She hopped on one foot while she helped her mama stir a big pot of jollof rice. Every year, their building had a global table, potluck. It was a day when neighbors shared their favorite dishes, their stories, and their diverse traditions. The red pot of home? Ledya's family was from West Africa. Their jollof rice was bright orange red. It was spicy, smoky, and filled with love. "Why do we make this every year, Mama?" Ledya asked. "Because this rice is our history," Mama said. "It is the dish our family has made for hundreds of years. It reminds us that no matter where we go, we carry our home in our hearts." Ledya felt proud. She realized that food was more than just fuel. It was a way to keep their faith and family traditions alive in a new city. The bread of peace. In the lobby, the tables were lined up in one long row. Ledya watched as Mr. Gupta from apartment 1D arrived. He brought naan bread and a bowl of golden dal. "In my culture," Mr. Gupta explained, "sharing bread is a sign of peace. We eat with our hands to feel the texture of the earth's gifts." Ledya tried a piece of the warm bread. It was soft and salty. She realized that while the food looked different, everyone at the table was doing the same thing. They were sharing the best of themselves. The sweetness of faith. As the sun began to set, Mrs. Miller brought out a plate of Hamantashen cookies. They were shaped like little triangles and filled with sweet jam. "These are for our spring holiday," Mrs. Miller said. "We eat them to remember a time when our people were brave. It is part of our faith to share these sweets with our friends." Ledya noticed that many neighbors brought food that matched their religious holidays. Whether it was Eid, Diwali, Passover, or Christmas, the table was a celebration of how people find meaning in the world. This is the heart of global citizenship for kids. The secret ingredient. By the end of the night, the big pots were empty, but the people were full. Ledya sat next to a boy named Diego. He had brought tamales from his grandmother's recipe. "My grandmother says the secret ingredient is the time it takes to wrap the corn husks," Diego said. "You have to be patient. You have to work together." Ledya looked at the long table. She saw people of all colors and ages laughing. She saw different languages being spoken, but everyone understood the yum. The lesson of the table. That night, as Ledya helped Mama wash the big red pot, she thought about the global table. She realized that the world is a very big place, but it can also be very small. It can fit right onto one plate. "Mama," Ledya said, "I think the global table is like a puzzle. Everyone brings one piece, and when we put them together, it makes a beautiful picture." Mama smiled and tucked Ledya into bed. "You are right, Ledya, and you are one of the most important pieces." Ledya went to sleep dreaming of spicy rice, warm bread, and the sweet taste of a world that knows how to sit together and eat. Professional planning note, Global Citizenship Lab. This story is a perfect anchor for your 50-minute English and social studies blocks, especially for students with diverse backgrounds. Do now. Warm up. Ask, if you had to bring one dish to represent your family, what would it be? What does it smell like? Practice. We do. Create a classroom recipe map. Place photos of students' favorite foods on a world map to show where their traditions come from. Whole group, I do. Define global citizenship. Explain that it means respecting and learning from people who are different from us. Differentiated strategy. Level 1. Draw a picture of your favorite family meal. Level 2. Write 3 words that describe how your favorite food tastes. For example, salty, sweet, spicy. Level 3. Metacognitive. Why do you think food is such an easy way for people to make friends? How can breaking bread help